Joined by Iowa State student athletes Monte Morris and Naz Mitru Long. Questions, please.
Monte, Stacy with Golden Black Illustrated. I cover Purdue for the Rivals. Your coach said yesterday, which I'm sure he said before about you this season, that you're the best point guard in the country. What's your response to that?
It's an honor, first off, and without my teammates, none of this recognition is possible on my end. But like I said, it's an honor. I take my hat off to him saying that. It's a pleasure and a blessing.
Jake Cohen, Associated Press. For both of you guys, how do you go about stopping a team like Purdue with so much size in the middle? What kind of stuff can you guys do to take away that advantage?
With their size and their height and their ability, no one person can do that. They've been a force down there all year long. We've been watching them, especially with the Big Ten Network. We're able to see a bunch of their games. So, it's not no one man on our team that's going to be able to do that. It's going to be a collective effort, but that's been our defensive principles since Coach Prohm has got here. So, we're definitely going to have to lean on one another like we have been all year to do our best to, help the big fellas down low.
While we wait for another question, I'll ask both of you, Monte first. Is there a difference in styles, Big Ten, Big 12?
I say the Big Ten got so many teams, they throw a variety of styles at you. Some teams like to bang it in down low, and some teams run. So Purdue is more of a post-oriented team, and our defense is gonna have to be good post defense and our rotation. So I think Purdue give us more of a slow it down pace and play through the post.
Yeah, I'd agree with Monte. Having as many teams as they do, they're not able to play everybody twice. So, there's a lot of different styles there, but I'd definitely say the Big 12 scores a lot more, and we're able to play everybody twice, so we get a little familiar. And, you can still see the scoreboard the way it is and what it combines for every night. That goes to show that, we score the ball a lot more in the Big 12. But, it's two different styles of basketball, but they're both great leagues, great styles of basketball, and we got a lot of respect for the Big Ten.
Monte, just to follow up, are you the best point guard in the country?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to give you a chance to answer. Hold
Yeah,
on.
no, I just had to get there and say that.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Definitely.
You are.
Yeah.
Where does that kind of confidence come from?
I don't know. It's just something I carry with myself. If you don't believe in yourself or feel like you're the best, then why are you playing this game? And I put in the work, and over time, this summer, with the guys and every guy on our roster feel like we're the best on the court at times. So we just got to carry that swagger so we can play with it.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely feel like he's the best point guard in the country. And the reason I feel that is because, you want a point guard who doesn't turn over the ball. You want a point guard who controls the tempo, who scores when you need him to score, locks up when you need him to lock up, and just makes everybody better. And that's what Monte is. And not only is he that, he's as humble as can be. And, if he was a cocky individual, I'd be honest, I'd say I didn't like him. But he's not. He's everything but that. And that's why everybody on our team loves him, including staff, the whole Cyclone Nation community. And he gives respect where respect's due to other opponents and other point guards. But, Monte is the best point guard in the country, and one of the best point guards, if not the best point guard to play in the Big 12.
Besides the size, obviously, when you watch film of Purdue, what stands out to you? What pops off the screen, I guess, for lack of a better term?
They're big. They're real big. Physical. I think their active hands, are underrated. We had a lot of that on film with them just being active in gaps and getting a lot of deflections. And I just think they coach very well by a great coach, and that goes a long way also.
Michael Cohen from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. What makes Deontay so good in transition?
He's just a mismatch nightmare. He's not a big man. He's a guard that just so happens to be playing the four for us because he's about 280. And, he moves like he's 200. He's a special player to have on your team. And, he could knock it down from the mid-range area, from behind the three. And, he'll go up there and finish against 7-footers, it doesn't matter. And not only that, man, we got to give a lot of credit to him because we challenged him at the beginning of the year to be more of an assertive passer, and he's taken that upon himself to do so, man. And he has guys in the right spot, especially in the room for our big fellas to get some alley-oops. I mean, he does it all, and that's why he's a great attribute to our team.
Monte, the point guard on the other side, PJ Thompson, what have you thought of what you've seen?
He's a solid point guard. I got to take my hat off to him. He runs the team. He's always playing at a great pace, and I just got to do my best slowing him down. He can shoot the ball pretty well. So I just got to be, pick and choose and be wisely when I go gamble and things like that, because I know he definitely can make me pay. So tomorrow night, we just got to play Cyclone basketball and trust the scouting report we have, and hopefully, we come out victorious.
Going back to their size for a minute, as guys who are going to have an opportunity to slash to the basket at some point, what goes through your mind when you see 7'2", 290 that might be waiting for you?
You definitely want to get out of their way. You don't want to be involved in any type of situation where you're going to end up on SportsCenter. So, we got to respect their height, understand that they're definitely a presence down low, and just be smart with the basketball. If we can get in and maybe draw some contact or maybe draw them away from the basket if we're going to the basket, that's awesome. But I mean, they're a step in the paint. It's like there's 3 people there. So, again, we respect their height and the way they use their big man. So we just got to find ways around it.
Monte, couldn't help but notice the tremendous fan support in this building last night. I'm sure you hope for that tomorrow night. And how much of a difference can that make at tournament time?
I think it can be a determined outcome of a game. Honestly, our fans travel in packs, and they always been able to travel. Kansas City, they travel, feel like a home game, and I know tomorrow night it'll be more people than it was. So we just happy we got the best fans in the country that come out and support us, whether we winning or losing. That just shows what type of tradition this school has.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right, thanks, guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Please welcome Iowa State Cyclones head coach Steve Prohm. Questions, please.
Coach, congratulations. Marty Terrell from Sirius XM93. In your wildest dreams, did you think here you'd be at this point with this team just seemingly on, cruise control? And is your job actually easier coaching these guys at this level right now because of the chemistry and the way this team is gelled? 8 guys deep.
Yeah, in my dreams, I did think we'd be here. Dream about it all the time. I pray about it all the time for this team and for our guys all the time. And so, in that regard, yes. In the moment, at times, no, because we were struggling at times. Sometimes a really good coach I admire and respect a lot had told me some of the times senior-laden teams can be tough to coach at times. And the biggest thing with this team was trying to figure out the best way to play with the losses, with Niang, McKay, and Nader. Trying to play a little bit like we were last year, but that probably wasn't the best thing for this team. And then also trying to get everybody to submit to being selfless, playing for each other. And if we could do that, the end result would be a lot better. And then you're mixing in some fifth-year transfers, and you got to get them to be selfless. And so it's easy coaching them right now. I mean, you win with great players, and we've got the point guard's probably one of the best players ever played at Iowa State, and then you've got the winningest senior class with Naz and Matt Thomas. Then you got Deonte Burton, who's grown up as much as any player that I've had in my 6 years as a head coach from one year to the next. And so right now I think they're very easy to coach, they're very fun to be around, and they really understand what this thing's about.
Steve, I wonder, how well do you know Matt at all? And when you watch them, what do you think of the coaching job he's done with this team?
I know Matt more or less just to say, hey, Coach, how you doing? See him on the road, speak, say hello. I don't know him very well. Followed him from afar from a long time. Southern Illinois, obviously, because I was at Murray, that was close by. And then, the job he's done at Purdue, I think, has been outstanding. I mean, he just won a Big Ten championship. I think they've won 27, 28 games. He's done a really good job there. He's obviously one of the best coaches in the country. We just have two different contrasting styles of basketball that we coach, and everybody does it a little bit different. He's in the Big Ten. They're physical. They're tough. They're big up front. They play traditional at times. Those two big post guys, or they start Edwards and they're small and play 4 guards basically with Swanigan and Haas. And so, but he's done an outstanding job, and obviously a lot of respect for him and their program.
Coach Stacey Clarity, cover Purdue for Rivals.com. You had said last night, I think after the game, Monte's the best point guard in the country. I just asked him. He agreed with you.
He should.
Why do you say that about him?
Oh, man. I mean, I could go on. I could talk about him for a long time. I think first and foremost, the reason why we're at the level we're at right now over the last 6-8 weeks of playing really good basketball is because he's taken his game to another level. And not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. I've taken pride defensively. I mean, you look at how many near triple doubles that he's had. I mean, last night he's at 2 rebounds or assist rebound short. 2 or 3 games, our last couple home games, he was an assist shy, a rebound shy of triple doubles. There's only been 15 in the history of the Big 12, and he's got one of those already. He almost had a second one and a third one. And so he's our leader. He's great in pick and roll. He doesn't turn it over. And then I can go on and on about, why he's the best point guard in the country. I mean, he's all-time. He's going to be the all-time nation's assist-to-turnover leader, ratio leader in the history of the college basketball. He's Iowa State's winningest player. He's already been to 2 Sweet 16s, hopefully a third. Won 3 Big 12 tournament championships. All-time assist leader, all-time steals leader at Iowa State. And then his character is outstanding. I mean, the one thing that exemplifies him the best, he's great with kids. He's great with my son, and I appreciate that. And then he got with Hy-Vee, a local grocery store in town, and sent water back home. He's got a lot of pride in Flint and the situations that they fight back there. And so that's why I probably was most disappointed about him not being a Bob Cousy Award finalist, not about those 5 people they picked, but they missed out an opportunity to really award somebody extremely, extremely deserving of the award. And it'd be fun to follow him because he's going to have a long, long time in the NBA just because of his IQ and his ability to be a winner.
You mentioned this. I mean, this looks like a very contrasting mix of styles between you guys and them. Is that how you see it? And then what do you do to negate or make it difficult for them to utilize their size advantage inside?
Yeah, it is contrasting styles. It is from a standpoint, I guess, of how we try to score. Both teams average right around 80 points a game. Both teams shoot the three-pointer very well. I think they're 40%. I'm not sure exactly where we're at, but I know we do shoot the ball really well. And so from that standpoint, from the numbers, statistical standpoint, we're very similar. We just do it different. And, you know, the biggest thing for us to win this game is we've got to be the tougher team on the defensive end of the floor. Not about offense. You know, we're going to do offensive what we do, you know, but can we extend their catches? Can we have great ball pressure? Can we defend a post and not give easy post touches for Swanigan and Haas? And then can we rebound and finish plays? Our toughness, you know, I watched the first half of Vermont's game. The game was close because I thought Vermont played with an edge. You know, I thought they played with great toughness, and that's how we got to play. And we got to have the same mentality we had when we played West Virginia the other day.
Coach Painter just mentioned that Burton might be the difference. You had mentioned that he's kind of grown up, you know, since you've had him here. I mean, he's a unique player just when you look at him, right? I mean, he can just do a lot of different. They joked that he was 280. I don't think he's that big, but
He's 265.
but I mean, why is he a potentially, you know, a tough matchup for teams?
His skill level and his versatility. Skill level, versatility, and then when he's really locked in, his toughness level and athleticism throws him over. You know, I compare him to Abdul Nader, the growth Abdul Nader made from his junior to senior year last year for us. He's made that jump, maybe even more so this year, because, you know, we had to have him. You know, for us to be great, I told him all the time, you've got to max out. We can't be great, you know, and that's why sometimes I would, you know, you put up with some of the, everybody jokes about shot selection with him and at times, but you put up with some of that because you know you had to continue to work him and coach him because we need him. If we were ever going to max out, he had to be at his best. But what makes him great is his ability to shoot the three. He spent so much time this spring and summer working on his game. His ability to be a mismatch. You know, if they want to play really big, then obviously we'll have a mismatch with him. And then he's been great in all big games for us. You know, he was huge in that West Virginia game, the championship game, and he made big plays down the stretch the other day against Nevada.
Coach, how does the gauntlet of the Big 12 and having to go to Allen Fieldhouse and other places, how does that prepare your team for tournament time?
I think it prepares you tremendously because you're going into Allen Fieldhouse, you're going into Morgantown, sellout crowds, the physicality, the coaching, the guard play in this league is so good. You know, you look at the Big 12, I think we've been the number one. I think maybe this year number two, but last 4 years, the number 1 or 2 RPI league in the country. Right now, I think we're 3-1 in the tournament so far, and we got a couple playing tonight, Kansas and Kansas State. But, you know, it prepares you very well because it is extremely hard to win on the road. You're going against teams that are extremely well coached, and you're going against several NBA guys every day.
Steve, let's assume you don't sleep well tonight. Will it be because you're uptight about Purdue, or will it be more nervous, excited anticipation?
Just anticipation. No, the anticipation, just thinking about different things, but not a nervousness or not a, you know, I think we play better. I feel better when I have those anticipate. If you don't have that, I don't ever think I'm ready if I don't have those. That with the little bit of nerves and anticipation jumping through your stomach and your body. This is a great time of year. We're fortunate to be here. I'm blessed to be here, and if it's sleep, it's just because my room's next door to the weight room in the hotel, and they're treadmilling when they drop the weights. I can hear it, but outside of that, I'll get a couple good hours of sleep.
For good reason, the conversation about Purdue is about Swanigan and Isaac Haas, but the complementary pieces that they have, I mean, especially offensively on the perimeter, what have you seen of those guys?
Yeah, if those guys weren't good, they wouldn't be very good because you just help off those guys and you'd double or you'd sit in the paint on Swanigan and Haas. But with the way Matthias shoots it, Carson Edwards off the bench, we tried to recruit him a little bit when I first got to Ames. You know, with those guys and their other perimeter guys, their ability to make shots, if they had a bunch of non-shooters, their whole team would change. But they all can make shots, and that's why they can put so much pressure on you. Are you going to double? Can they get it out of the double too quick? Now they get ball reversal 3. If you're not going to double, you got Swanigan Haas, you got to guard one-on-one, and then you got Edwards as kind of a mismatch guy like Burton. And so they present a lot of problems. It's a lot more than just Swanigan and Haas when you really research them and talk to other coaches. You got to defend the three-point line as well.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.